Alright, we are on the play here. Match 4 of this league with Chart and Shoal Delver. This hand is a pretty easy mulligan. It's not doing a lot. We're gonna Thought Scour, possibly shoal something, and then probably run out of gas. This hand would be good if pretty much any of these cards was a Steam Vent. At least for a 6 on 7, I'd probably be willing to mulligan it. If we just had a Steam Vents in addition to this. As is, no lands, take them all. Fun. It's definitely not good, but we're going to keep it. Perilous Voyage looks awful here. Let's bottom that. We technically already scryed with our mulligan scry. But I guess we may as well bobble scry again. Sure. That's going to resolve. We'll do this. It's a Tarmogoyf. I would so love to draw that. Probably should have done that earlier so that we still had the ability to fetch. That would have been a good idea. Use the bobble on our turn so that we draw the Tarmogoyf on their turn, unless we're worried about Thoughtseize. Not sure what you actually go with in hindsight there. Am I willing to get a basic forest here? Or do I just want to shock twice? It's Tron, I'm going to shock twice. Might be E-Tron, but it's definitely a Tron deck. Double blue or double red. Double blue looks slightly better. Let's play out our 2-3. Pretty unlikely to die to a damage-based spell. Almost impossible. Green-red Tron with Flame Slash. The opponent's gonna Stirrings. They don't have Tron anytime soon. Turn 4 at the earliest. Although it's pretty likely they have it on turn 4. Here's another map. They're going to play the map. That's fine. Let's get rid of that in case we end up referring back to that. Chart, of course. Alright, alright. We're going to play this. Yes. We're going to swing. And we're definitely going to Tarfire the face. Question is, Chart or hold up Simic Charm? Which one's better? The opponent is going to have 3 mana next turn. Chances are they're not on white, because most green X Tron decks currently are playing black. So I think it's pretty safe to chart a course here. They don't have any payoff available that would enable them to say, Karn, exile your dude. So I think I just want to cash in the chart a course at that point. They got a mine. 2 Tron lands down. Thought Scour. Okay, how do we sequence this? They're going to end up cracking that map with 2 lands. Play the tower that they get with it. And they'll have 5 mana available. I'm not sure if I want to blow this Simic Charm yet. I honestly like the idea of attacking and then using Chart, of course, again. Holding up Spell Snare doesn't add very much value, although it's theoretically possible it's good in some way. It's just extremely unlikely. Thought Scour is not bad, but what card types could we mill? Creature? We currently have Instant, Sorcery, Land, Artifact, Tribal, so the only thing left in our deck that could grow the Goyf is Creature. Doesn't change the 5 damage plus swing and 3 for 8 damage clock. So I don't think we Thought Scour. I like swinging. With them having 5 mana, what if they just have natural Tron and they don't actually need the map? What if they go tower? If they play a tower, they can Karn. In that case, I want the Simic Charm available. If they have Ugin, I'll have wished that I used the Chart, of course. So what do we do here? What do? We could hold up Simic Charm. It's not bad. It's not the best. Not casting Chart also has the benefit that we might be able to scour into a Stubborn Denial, but I don't know what the line is. The easy line is to just sit on our hands, but I don't know if that's better than casting Chart here. Oh. What do we do? What do we do? Chart could draw us into a Stubborn Denial better than Thought Scour could. So Simic Charm is really only good if we're expecting Natural Tron into Karn. Whereas Stubborn Denial hits Karn and Ugin, Simic Charm definitely hits Karn, whereas Chart, of course, might not draw us into the thing that hits Ugin. I think I want to cash this in. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. We don't have Simic Charm up, but I'm also not going to play out the Delver in case it is an Ugin. Right now, we're in a pretty good spot if they don't have Natural Tron. So I think I'd rather do this. If they have Natural Tron into Karn, playing out the Delver is a little bit better. Tron into Ugin, though, would be so backbreaking in that scenario. Here's a Walking Ballista. X equals 1. We can snare this, so we may as well. Put a creature in the bin, why not? 6/7 Goyf. 3 mana for the opponent. Another Walking Ballista, that one's gonna resolve. Do I want to Thought Scour first? May as well. Don't think I would Shoal pitch Simic Charm here, but we may as well. Well, we sure drew out of that mulligan. Chart, of course, is a really good card. If they don't block here, we win. I imagine they block here. Yep. Happens. In that case, we don't use the Simic Charm. I believe they shot us in the face. Yes, they did. Play this out. Do I want Delver Scry? That's not bad. I'm trying to think of ways we could continually playing around their payoff cards. We still beat Karn. Ugin's a real pain. Ugin's a pain no matter what. Green, blue, land, artifact, redundant chart. Are we lagging a little bit? Yes, we are. Thought Scour can go. Ulamog. That makes me really happy. I have this Simic Charm ready to go. We're gonna use it. Hexproof. Blue. Green. That means we no longer have lethal, though. Because they have a blocker. Perilous Voyage. Or Snapcaster Mage. Are we going to crack that Wooded Foothills? There's not much of a downside to cracking it. We're at 12. I guess if they have another Ballista, but if they have another Ballista, they can make it huge. So the 1 point doesn't matter. Snapcaster Mage. It doesn't say hexproof. This targets the one that wins the game. That resolves. That guy. Blue. Hey, they scooped! Woo! That was awesome. That was extremely awesome. Did you guys see that? That was fantastic. We mulled really hard and then we drew pretty well. Okay, so we're up against Green X Tron. We're going to assume black. I have sideboard stuff for this, so let's pull it up. We play against this pretty regularly now. Gonna take out one Snapcaster Mage, even though it won us the game. Going to take out... Let's see. Okay, so my plan here says 2 Chart, of course, because I don't want to play a long game against Tron. But as we just saw, this card actually can be extremely good against them because we want to be actively attacking, and it lets us draw into more gas. So I'm going to very strongly reconsider how I play this. Perilous Voyage coming out I can get behind. 2 bolts, that's not bad. That seems pretty easy to do. Don't know what we're going to do about those 2 chart slots. Spell Snare is pretty easy to cut. I want Ancient Grudge, Destructive Revelry, all 3 Blood Moon. What else do we need here? A Mountain. Okay, that's not that heavy. Can we cut any of these? Theoretically. I kind of like the idea of cut. Do I not take out Vapor Snag? Oh, Worm Coil, Ulamog, that makes sense. Vapor Snag can stay. I forgot we had Vapor Snag and Simic Charm in the deck, as well as Perilous Voyage. I forgot there was a 3rd bounce spell. It's been about a week since I played Magic, because school stuff. I brought in 6 cards, but I counted 7. Did I change something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's definitely 7. What do we got? Ceremonious Rejection supposed to come in. It's been about a week since I played Magic, so I'm a little rusty on the particulars of this deck. If I had a couple minutes, I could probably name off every card in my regular list. This one, not so much at this point. I could... No, I don't want to cut a Mandrills. We need to cut 2 cards. I don't really want to cut Bolt, or Thought Scour, or Denial, or... Jeez. They're all good. 1 chart, and do I want to cut the Mountain? A Blood Moon? Let's cut Vapor Snag. I don't like it, but I want to play Chart, because that was fantastic. This hand is bad. This hand has too many lands, and not enough real stuff. This hand is significantly better. We're going to keep. Bottom that. Not what we want to be doing right now. We are going to shuffle that back into the deck, but I mean, hey, we drew a Tarmogoyf instead of a Simic Charm, so that's a win. The opponent going Urza's Mine into nothing. A little conspicuous. I naturally am going to get Blood Moon mana as I cast my Visions. Don't want the 2nd Mandrills. I also kind of don't want the Denial. Do I? Next turn, we're probably holding up Mana Leak. Tarmogoyf's not going to get big enough, and the Graveyard's not going to get big enough anytime soon. I think this goes on the bottom. I'm going to pop these out. So the opponent went Urza's Mine into nothing, which makes me think their hand is pretty good. That is pretty good. Not the best. They could certainly have done better. Generally speaking, if you were playing against Dredge, say, and they went turn 1, land, go, and they kept 7, let's say, Blood Moon off the top is a fantastic draw. We're going to play an island, hold up Mana Leak, go to the opponent. If your Dredge opponent went land, go, your response would be, you have a Cathartic Reunion. Because there's no way you're keeping a 7 that goes land go and then doesn't have something busted on turn 2. So, when I'm playing against Tron, a deck that mulligans very well, and has a bunch of turn 1 plays that can help it find its Tron lands, 4 map, 8 eggs, that's about it. They could go Ancient Stirrings on turn 1 from a forest. They have so many things they could do on turn 1 that are very, very good. Sort of like I enjoy going Serum Visions. Relic's gonna be annoying, but do we counter it? Actually, yeah, I would. Given that we're gonna play a Blood Moon very soon, I would. So, the opponent kept 6 and went land go, so I'm assuming that means their hand has some good stuff in it. That's my thought process, at least. I could be wrong. It's happened before. Once or twice. Alright, we're gonna go Moon and then start slamming threats. This might not be good enough. But letting the opponent have Tron seems worse. So I think we're going to do that anyways. The awkward thing here is the opponent's going to use the map to get a land drop. They chose to complete Tron, so that's a little scary. So the opponent got their 4th land drop, which means pretty soon they can just O-Stone and then wreck us. The mountain isn't very relevant, but it could be. Do I want this shoal? I think I do, just because we have a Delver that's going to be cast. I definitely want to play this. Do I want to make the land drop? I don't think so, just because I know I'm not drawing a land next turn. So let's pass to the opponent. See what they got. It's a relic. That's pretty good. They're going to pop it. I like that. Well, we will eventually... There's the O-Stone. One day we will play out Mandrills. So this is going to give us a very bad time. Do think we need to play out the Delver of Secrets. Go to the opponent. I want to play out the Delver so that they actually have more of a reason to use the O-Stone. If we just have a Tarmogoyf and their hand is pretty much at all decent, they can just make land drops, find a Wormcoil, find a Karn. Sooner or later we're in a bad spot because they have 20 life and we have an 0-1. So I think we need to put the pressure and hope that they'll actually use this O-Stone soon. Which is kind of ironic. We're hoping the opponent blows up our Blood Moon. We're basically in a lose-lose situation here. It wouldn't have been better if we played out a threat instead of the Blood Moon. But it is a lose-lose. If they didn't have the second relic, we'd be in a much better spot because we could at least get in for 4, and they have to crack the O-Stone soon enough, at which point we reload the board with more threats, and hopefully we find something to disrupt the mana. The opponent's thinking about something, probably. Not sure what. Hopefully it's something good. Something interesting. Entertaining. Riveting, even. I was very strongly considering going back to my Traverse list after this league, because I'm kind of itching to play that again. But after that first game, where Chart, of course, just did all that work, I don't know anymore. We're going to show them that, because the whole point of playing out the Delver was to instigate something. May as well swing with the Goyf. Looks like the opponent's going to be more patient. We're not going to play anything out. I'm a little interested in why they decided to not cast anything and then not crack the O-Stone before damage. That's a little weird. Going to our end step is fair because it means we don't get to play a threat. So that could have been it. Chromatic Star, we're not going to counter that. Given that we have a shot here at sniping something like a relic, I'd rather keep the shoal in hand. Of course, this gives the opponent an extra turn to draw into something really good, but there's not really anything we can do about that. That's going to get countered. Axe is 1. We still very well may be facing something like a Wormcoil, a Karn. Nope. Alright. So double red here is good for bolt effects, which we don't have yet. So I feel like we just get a basic island and just have the best Blood Moons under the sun. Which actually could have been a bad choice given that Ghost Quarter. I do believe I want to play out this Stomping Ground. Let's pay Shock. And I think it's just going to be the 5/6. I don't really want to play both. Running out both threats seems a little bad. Means we can't shoal a relic. That becomes a lot less important. We've already seen 2 relics. So it's not that likely they have a bunch more. If they already had one in hand, they would have played it. So Playing around Relic requires them to have more in the deck and draw them immediately, so that doesn't seem great. The other thing is, if they have something like an Ugin, we're just totally screwed. But they didn't play the Ugin yet, and we need to kill them before they find the Ugin. So having a 2-turn clock doesn't seem that bad. They have a bunch of artifacts. We're going to tap out here. Try to keep Goyf a little bit bigger than it could be. That's no longer a 2-turn clock. It is better against Karn, though. I will use that ability. Gonna get the second red source. See, if we didn't get this island, we could have gotten the island, and then we'd be able to bluff counters. The opponent with another Ghost Quarter. That's gonna happen. I will, but not do anything. That's fine. We just shuffled the deck, so that part doesn't actually matter. Can't show that. They could find themselves another Ghost Quarter. Foothills. Alright. Maybe given that the opponent had a Ghost Quarter, I should have delved away the lands and left the instant. We're going to get in for our 3-turn clock. Which, well, actually, the Goyf as a 5-6 was a 4-turn clock, so there's that. Playing the Mandrills did speed it up. Just not as much as I wanted. I'm going to counter that one. That draws them a card. I don't want them to draw a card. That seems like a very good thing to counter. Right now, we need our opponent to not draw a payoff card. We're going to fetch. We have Steam Vents in the bin. Shoal was revealed. We can get rid of that. In exile, we have just Flooded Strand, which means there is still a breeding pool in the deck to get. I'm not going to... they need 2 Ghost Quarters to get us off of that. Seems fine. I'm considering their ability to take us off of green, but they need 2 Ghost Quarters to accomplish that, so that's fine. Snap Shoal, it counters for 1. Artifact, what hit the bin recently? Goyf went from a 3-4 to a 4-5, and I don't know why. Shoal. Shoal is why. Alright, Tarfire is now lethal. That's good. Requires us to be able to, you know, have red mana, which makes not getting the breeding pool a lot better in retrospect. So that's probably something I should have considered. That looks like an Ugin. Oh. No, it's a Karn. That's okay. That's very okay. I think we took this, knock on wood. I think we took this. Are they even splashing a color? Given that they have 2 Ghost Quarters, I know Tron often runs a number of Ghost Quarter, but do they often play 2? I could not say. My question is, that's going to resolve because we cannot interact with it. Oh, they can cast Wormcoil. Oh, jeez. That's backbreaking. I am going to cast Snapcaster Mage, I think, but I don't know if it's enough. Okay, in what scenario is keeping Snapcaster Mage in hand better? If we have a cantrip, I could see that. We go cantrip, snap, cantrip, hope to hit a bolt effect. That's fair. Yeah, the 2-1 actually isn't doing anything here, so I don't think we play it. If we swing with both, they block Mandrills with this, they take 2, gain 6, go to 6, so that doesn't help us. So playing the Snapcaster Mage doesn't help. If we draw a way to remove the Wormcoil, having the 2-1 just doesn't matter. Tarfire. Nice. Nice. That's why we put burn spells in the deck. No. No, that's a very skill-testing question. Alright, good job, team. We're now 1-3. We pulled out a win. 2-0 against, I want to say, just Green Tron. I feel like they're not playing any colors. I'm going to check MTG Goldfish. I'm interested. Here's the entry for Tron. How many Ghost Quarters do they play usually? 1. How about the sideboard? None in the sideboard for these, I think, 33 lists on MTG Goldfish for Tron. So I'm going to assume that this was not green-black. This was just straight up green colorless, which is going to be really awkward for naming. Do I just call it Mono Green Tron? That works. That's weird, though. Mono Green? I'm used to Mono Blue, but Mono Green? Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, which will probably be right now because I haven't played Magic for a week, so I may as well finish off this league. And then we will see what deck we're going to play next week. Next week is basically this week since I went a week without playing Magic, so like technically it's immediate, or the next time I feel like playing Magic, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to go play another match.